conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Min Gaming TV. My name is Wolf. We had a bit of a fail there. Apparently, things weren't going faster. Let's introduce our two teams again. I know I just did it for the stream, guys, but I'm doing it again for YouTube. So we have ourselves, they're both Protoss playing. They're actually both from mGG as well. In the green, his name is Philosopher. Mouse not being good. He's actually blue, apparently. His partner is South. And then, in the top right-hand side, we have ourselves spawning in the black. He is Zerg. That's actually really hard to see on the creep. His name is Glazed. And his partner, he's playing Terran. Apparently, all these guys are from mGG. This is insane. Kopi. Alright, then, let's see what will happen here. I will not be going towards the, to the chat, so actually, I'll just check it. Is it all good? Press D. Okay. So, it should be good now. I hope everything looks all good. This is like my first time properly streaming a tournament or anything online here. I've done it at my brother's place, but this is the first time doing it in my new house on the Gold Coast. It seems to be going alright. Just checking this. Yeah, no dropped frames, so it should be fine. This is actually a pretty interesting map if you think about it, just simply because you can get these two expansions relatively easy and just have someone here at the watchtower which sees to about like there. And so you can pretty easily secure these bases while holding down the front at this relatively narrow choke. You can also expand down to here if you want, but you'll have a much larger choke point to deal with. It seems that, what's his name, Glazed is going for a hatch first, I do believe. Yes, it was a hatch first into getting that gas and then pull. So it was around a like a 14 pull, I want to guess, but then again, I'm a 16 pull or something, so not exactly all-in-ish at all. Very strong builds for Terrans to actually go is, ooh, pylon going down, drones have been pulled, no wonder there wasn't so many drones on the actual thing. A cannon rush can actually happen, but the probe will get completely surrounded, so no cannon rush will ensue from Philosopher. Bit of cheese coming up off the bat from Philosopher. I doubt it will continue. You'll be very careful versus a double Protoss mix. They can do a lot of cheese. But what I was saying for Terran and Zerg mixes, you can do a lot of damage with Ling Baneling all-ins with Reapers. Reapers can do so much damage, and especially on a map like this where you just have Lings at the front or something, and then just pop up here, kill some probes. So it's like really strong as well. I know versus double Protoss, there was actually a match in the HSL where it was it was like a Terran and a Zerg. They went Ling Reaper. This was back in Wings of Liberty, of course, but still. They did Ling Reaper, and then they just beat the double Protoss. The double Protoss had nothing to verse it. But from the looks of it, this isn't going to be all that all-in-ish. They're going to be doing a lot more economical sort of play. And speaking of economical play, it seems that that team mGG2, let's just call them Kopi, Glazed Kopi or something, they're going for more of an economical play to their opponents. Their opponents opting to go for a more of a I guess more pressure style from the looks of things. Well, especially with going with a 3-gate robo, a lot of units going to be coming out of that. There's a very high possibility of this one base all-in actually to ensue. Otherwise, not a whole lot will happen. Kopi is just going to be staying on the one base for now, going for the 1-1-1. I guess not really 1-1-1 because he's getting multiple of other things. Widowmines are now out. They're very strong defensive units, but not the greatest in small numbers. Apparently, someone in the chat will tell you, his name is LeapPad, how much he hates Widowmines. Just ask him about that, and he will rant and rave for a good hour, I do believe. But Widowmines is just going to be going around here and getting up a defensive little look. The Observer did get shot down by the Spore Crawler and Queen, so no scouting there by our Protoss team. Overlords are actually all... Yes. This is very annoying for YouTube cast, that is for sure. But let's just quickly talk about what is happening here. We have Kopi, he's going for, he's getting up to 3 additional racks. Really? Really? Alright, then let's check the chat. Well, it seems that it works. It's not bad. I have not seen worse stream qualities. Okay, well, it's not, yeah, it's not the greatest quality, but you get that. I apologize for that. Should have good FPS in game at least. I have been having problems with that. Yeah, when real life fails while trying to cast a game. So I wonder if actually who won the other semi-final. We'll find that out after this. I'll let you guys know that. So yeah, the warp gate is on the way for Philosopher. Philosopher actually isn't really getting that much. He doesn't actually have a whole lot, actually. He only has the 2 gates and whatnot, whereas his opponent has the 3 gates. Warp gate has the robo facility and expanding. I'm actually wondering where all his money is going into. I guess he could be expanding in a moment. Otherwise, I don't really see what he's doing at the moment. Just I guess macro is slipping a little bit. Then again, I can't talk because I am gold, and that's exactly what these players are. Actually, no, let's explain. Oh, Kopi going for a pretty awesome ninja expand. Should have seen that way earlier. But yeah, no, the way that this is set up, you have to have either what your 2 players cannot be like high or high end. You have to have, if you're going to have a high end player, you have to have a low end player. So one player has to be bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, and then the other player has to be either diamond masters or grandmasters. That's the rules. There have been some weird exceptions for some reason. I can't really explain them because they're a bit confusing, but yeah, that is the case. So the phone is apparently OP. Maybe real life should nerf that, but in future cases. But yeah, it seems that we're just going to be stuck here for a little moment longer. So apparently this conversation is going on for quite some time. What is with these drones being pulled? That's a lot of drones. Did something just like happen over here? I'm confused. It seems that my frame rate seems to be a lot better. I got rid of anti-aliasing, and my frame rate while doing this sort of stuff is a lot better. So I hope that fixes my problem. I've been having problems in my recent YouTube casts. So, question is, who do you guys in chat think will win? I don't really know much about these guys because I haven't really been in the SEA scene that much recently. It's I know most of these guys are pretty darn good. Apparently Kopi is OP, or Imba, says the chat, so I'll take their word for it. Now, what's going to be happening with the this tournament is I'm going to be casting this semi-final, and then the other semi-final, and then I'll do the 3rd place match, and then I'll do the other match. Seems we'll be going back into the game in a moment. I have something in my tea from dinner. It's a bit of pizza base. Pizza base OP, please nerf. Yeah, so let's see what happens from here. Getting on the reactor for the Stargate, Starport even. That will be used for, obviously, for medevacs. Medevacs are really strong. Going to be looking to go for a bit more of a bio play, that is for sure. Getting up the 3 additional racks. Bio Widow Mine, it seems to be the name of the game. It is actually a very strong build that is being used nowadays, except it's mainly being used versus Protoss, versus Zerg, not Protoss. So there is a chance that it will be a bit awkward, that is for sure. Now, the Ninja expand is actually a strategy not used a lot in Korea, and you can actually get away with it a lot on the SEA, EU, and NA servers. In Korea, it just doesn't happen, but I guess on these servers it happens quite more often. It's just something that I've noticed as well. They just don't take Ninja expands or hidden expansions. And the observer will be able to get in this time and be able to scout out exactly what his opponent is going so that he can set up for that. I guess one of these players could go Storm, one of them could go frickin' Colossus, or one goes Stargate, one goes Robo, and that would be pretty darn sweet. Speaking of Colossus, Colossus is on the way right now. Swarm Host and a Nidus network. Now it seems that Glazed is looking to Nidus their main and make sure that they get the full brunt of the Zerg force right in their face. Now let's see if he'll actually make it be able to pay off. Walling off this back here will cause a bit of issues if you wanted to Nidus over here to come up, but then again, it's still not that very protected, and one cannon isn't that big of a deal. +1 attack is also on the way. These Swarm Hosts could be very painful for his opponent, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to be using them for. Let's see where he lands that Nidus network. You have the Colossus and Thermal Lance now on the way for South here, and it's going to be helping him out very much so. Nidus in the main, literally right in his face, as I said. But I do believe that South will have enough to be able to kill it. He'll have to cancel it unless he wants to. No, he does not cancel it, and the resources are not refunded. Luckily, the Mothership Core does not attack air, or else that Overseer would be dead. So that Nidus in the main was a bit unsuccessful. He had performance issues, but we'll see what happens from here. Locust upgrade is actually being developed. This will give Locust an extra 10 seconds life. It's actually deceptively large how long Locust can survive. The main way that you want them to be hitting is to be hitting here with about like 3 or 4 seconds to go. Another Nidus is going to be happening over here, and Changeling will go up here just to scout out what's actually up here. Probe going to be coming around here, and he'll spot the Nidus worm, and he'll be like, oh crap. He will not be able. He will actually put the Nexus down. He won't cancel it. This is actually a big shock here. The Nexus, will it be cancelled? That is the question. And we're just going to be watching it here, and no, I do not believe it. It will be. Maybe it was cancelled. I don't know. Locusts are going to be going up here, and now slowly battering down on the top here. Game paused again. What is happening, please? This is just not my day. If this is going to be happening throughout all 3 games, I'm going to be a little bit tilted by the end, but I will have to deal. Ah, really? Really? Okay, so now I have to talk more bullshit because I am terrible at talking. Mortal will actually going to be coming out here for Philosopher. Philosopher. This will actually be quite handy versus the armored Swarm Host. Swarm Host actually die really quickly to Immortals and whatnot, so that'll be quite handy on his part. It seems that Kopi is looking to push out across the map here. It does have a few units here, a bunch of Marines, Marauders, and Hellions. Wyrm's just going to be staying at the back of the base to be able to just defend any sort of counter pushes. This base down here has actually gone undetected, as we can see. Let's just go to South's view, and he has not actually seen a whole lot. If we have a look down here, he hasn't seen any of that. He does see that this army is moving out, and he does know what's in the entirety of his opponent's main. Well, that's only Kopi's main, though. He doesn't know what his opponent has, although he has seen the Locust, so he will be able to deduce what is actually happening from there. Let's actually look at Glazed's camera. They have seen a bunch of buildings being made, but that is about it. They see a bunch of warp gates and rubber over here, so it is anticipated that they will be going Colossus, and he has in fact actually seen the Colossus tech anyway. So so it seems we are about to go again. Twilight Council is actually a thing. Apparently that won't work anymore. Now I'm going to find it the old-fashioned way here. Oh, maybe because it was on camera. So the Twilight Council is going to be a thing. I wonder if he's going to go DT or anything of the sort. Another Nidus Worm is going to be happening over here. This was actually, the Nidus Worm is still over here, so Nidus Worm is going to be going all around the map so that he can move around where need be. Now Philosopher does have his units up here at the top. The Nidus Worm does end up going. He will be sending some more units around there, I do believe. The Marine Marauders do steam up there and will start doing a lot of damage, but they actually aren't in a good position, not able to have a good concave. Zealot's going to be coming out down the ramp. The 2 will be picked off without any contesting. the Immortal will be able to get a good kill. Stim does go off here, and he will focus fire down the Immortal and Stalker. The Immortal on such little health, only 28 hit points. Now the units, actually no, the Colossus army of South did actually move out. He did use the Nidus Network to be able to get home. There was a lot of drones that died here. The Locusts will be able to do what they need to do, but the mass recall was a thing, and he did go out with all of his army still alive. But now this push on the top here is still actually happening. Philosopher losing a lot of his units. He's going to be able to kill off more of the units. But now that the Colossus is here, he will be repelled and will not be able to do any more pressure of the sort. The Swarm Host is going to be coming over here again and will be putting on more and more pressure. They're going to be making sure that they cannot expand to the southern side. So apparently there's going to be a bit of a problem here. He cannot pause it again. Someone unpaused it, and we are paused again. So this is quite orky, that is for sure. This is a very rusty, very first game, so lots of pausing happening right now. More Swarm Hosts are being made, as well as getting that concussive shell ability, which is very handy, and charge is now on the way. This is really annoying because, I don't know. So Philosopher is having a bit of real life problems OP. This is really annoying, but I don't really know what I can do. I'm not really anticipating this sort of thing. This is why I do cast from replay, right? Just can we like play? That would be awesome. Going to be getting the Templar Archives. Templar Archives is going to be very useful versus this Zergling Swarm Host army against the Locust. The Locust will be very painful. Zealot's going to be coming in here, taking a lot of damage from the Queens and Swarm Hosts, but he, what's his name, Glazed will have his Swarm Hosts back at base, so for any sort of counter push, he will be just left behind. Queens and Swarm Hosts is going to be sitting here. I do believe he will be able to push out, and that's exactly what South is going to do. He does burrow, but there is an observer there, and he will lose the Swarm Hosts. All the Swarm Hosts do go through the Nidus Network, and he burrows down, but the Time Wolf does go down, and it will slow down the Locust. Locust is going to be taking more and more damage from the Colossus. Colossus is going to be coming in here. They're going to be focus fired down by the Queens. The Queens doing a bit of damage. Locusts are actually doing a whole lot of damage themselves. A lot of the Locusts are not actually, the Swarm Hosts are not being killed right now. Stim going to be coming in here from Kopi. Kopi going to be coming in here at the front. Now the Colossus Stalkers are going to be able to slowly push this back, but Kopi coming in here with a massive push coming into the natural of South. South is going to be losing a whole lot of his buildings, and Stim forward is going to be killing off a lot of production, and more than likely the Templar Archives storm was not researched. This push was repelled, but now is it going to be too little too late? A lot of economical damage will actually occur. Another Nidus Worm does go down. Colossus, he does have 4 of them, and there's no Vikings, so he will be able to do a lot of damage, but I don't think the Stalkers will actually be enough to buffer this. But Kopi deciding to back up here. Now the Nidus Worm does finish, and wow, the units were inside the Nidus. Oh wait, no, the Nidus Network is still alive, so he can still get them out. So that is good for him. Units just going to be going to being redirected to this Nidus Network, and we'll probably put on a bit more pressure now with these Swarm Hosts. Swarm Hosts are really good in this matchup, really strong versus Protoss. I don't understand why they aren't used more. Now more Swarm Hosts are actually on the way. Stargate play is going to be the name of South's game. Going to be getting some Stargates. Now the Locust is going to be coming in here doing some shield damage, so that's about it. Now what does Philosopher have? Philosopher is getting a Colossus of his own, but as soon as some Vikings come out, it'll be quite scary for this Protoss army, because if their main force is just the Colossus, well then that is going to be too little too late. Locust is going to be able to slowly pour out and just continue killing off unit by unit here for this Protoss team. The Protoss team just going to keep on losing units. It's just free units for free units, so I think that free units for costly units, so really there isn't a whole lot that this is actually really good for Glazed and Kopi. Glazed getting another network to the north side as well as. But now Kopi going to be coming in here, stimming. He's actually going to try and move forward and focus fire down the Colossus, but he gets hit by a lot of Zealots. The Zealots there will actually kill a lot of Kopi's forces. Kopi with a bit of a miss micro there, trying to kill off what he can. Another Nice network does go down. A bunch of Swarm hosts are here over towards the north side. A bunch of Swarm hosts are over here towards the east side as well. The Swarm hosts will be coming in here and focus firing down the Colossus. The Colossus will actually go down to the Locust. The Locust is going to be coming in here and doing more things. Philosopher, GG's, and but the army of South is really strong. He could probably end it here. He needs to be very careful. He could go for a base race, but he cannot defend on both sides while doing the attack that he needs to do. He does have a strong army, but it will be too little, too late. The Philosopher has left the game. Now, South is trying to do whatever he can. Night does go down into the natural of his base, but I don't understand why. Maybe just if he needs to retreat, I guess. Colossus is going to be coming up here towards the north side, trying to repel back the Locust here. They're going to be trying to do what he can, but it's just going to be all over the map. Kopi is going to be taking his fourth base right now. He's got this. He's had this one up for some time, and now same as this base for Glazed. Glazed actually is going into Spire Tech, getting out 10 mutants right now. Spire Tech is very common in 2v2, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if he just goes mass muter from here. Kopi going to be coming in here into natural, going to be sniping the natural here, and he's got the Vikings going to be slowly firing down onto the Colossus, but decides to back out here before even sniping the Nexus or a Colossus here. He's going to be taking it a little bit slow and getting up the bases just to be able to defend on South and Philosopher's bases are next to non-existent. Glazed with just the multi-nidus network, and it's just going to be going around everywhere. Creep is now just being cleaned up, so that is a thing. Now hatchery going to be placed here. I don't know why it's being placed there, but okay. Apparently that is going to be a thing. Myriad is going to be coming around here towards the south, but going to be able to do a bit of economical damage. Now let's see exactly where they go. Will they decide to go into the main or into the natural? Swarm hosts going to be up here spawning the Locust and be sending them towards the cannons. Cannons will actually not be able to finish that quickly, and they will be focus fired down, and a lot of damage will be ensued. Now there is one cannon here, but it will be focus fired down really easily by the mutas, and there's so many probes here that cannot actually work because there is no actual minerals for them to work on efficiently. Now Kopi are going to be coming in here at the front. The forces of South is going to be coming up towards the north and killing off that base. Now the stim does go in here once Kopi and Glaze do see that his army is to the north. He comes here, kills off the natural. There is no mining now for this Protoss team, and the mutas are in the main, killing off whatever they can, pylons and whatnot, and South is trying to hold, but he just cannot. And Kopi and Glaze will end up taking game number 1 in the semi-final. Bit of shenanigans happening there with the whole thing. No, massive storms killing off a lot of his army, but Swarm hosts and mutas are here. Actually, there's a lot of storms that went down that the Stalkers will actually think will be enough to kill off. No, the Stalkers will end up going down if they're focus fired, which is exactly what's happening. More mutas are going to be coming in here, but there's no anti-air right now. Swarm hosts are going to be in the main of South and Philosopher's base. GG is called. mGG, Glazed, and Kopi take game.